Hello, what's up tonight, everyone? Welcome. Fine Thursday to you all. Good to see ya. What is up, Nalakilla, Labrador, and One By, and Wards, and Dogomith, and Eternal Ether, and Monster CC and Seasons? How is everyone doing today? Hopefully everyone has had a spectacular couple of days since Tuesday. Today, we're janky around in Standard. I had this idea today, and I haven't played this deck yet. I just built it this afternoon. Haven't actually got to test it. I want to see if we can build an extra turn deck in Standard. We haven't tried Mindsplicer Apparatus. Maybe this is the card that can make our horrible extra turn spells actually work. Remember, it wasn't that long ago that Nexus of Fate and Elrond's Epiphany were dominating Standard. Maybe Mindsplicer Apparatus can make Alchemist Gambit and Hurkyl's Final Meditation, of all things, into our standard legal versions of those cards. So that's what we're going to start with. We're going to start with some Mindsplicer Apparatus. Try to take all the turns in that deck. We got some backups if this fails horribly or if it's super boring. We'll switch to something else, but that's what we're starting with, at least. Yeah, Hurkyl's Final Meditation, like, it's really powerful. The problem is it is infinite mana. Like, that is kind of the issue with it. Yes, it's really good. Unfortunately, 10 mana is kind of ridiculous. It's also a little awkward with Mindsplicer Apparatus because we don't really want to bounce all of our non-land permanents. Hopefully that's not a deal breaker. Hopefully. Is Memory Deluge a non-bow? I guess it's kind of a non-bow. I guess the flashback will be weaker. We wanted to find Mindsplicer Apparatus, but maybe it's better to trim down another one and add another Silver Scrutiny, because you're right, if we ever do get a bunch of counters on it, it does make Memory Deluge a little bit weaker. Max number of turns goals, all of them. I mean, the real goal is to take all the turns until our opponent salty scoops. That's our number one goal. If you got ideas, let me know, because we can definitely tune the deck a little bit. Like I said, haven't played any games with it yet. Anyway, let's do reminders, talk a bit about the deck, start seeing if we can take some extra turns, and we'll talk about things as we go along, update the deck a little bit. So reminders, replay YouTube, that's where you can find all the old streams, including this one in the future. Normal YouTube, we did some Elish Norning in Modern yesterday for against odds, and tomorrow for Much Brew, we're raising hell. We are playing some Capricious Hellraiser. Want to see if that card's any good. That's a card that, I do not know what to think of that card. Its ceiling is so high, its floor is so low, so we're just gonna spin it to win it tomorrow and see if Capricious Hellraiser might actually be a good card. So that's coming up for Much Brew tomorrow. A reminder that our sponsor today is Card Kingdom. If you need some magical cards, you can get them over at cardkingdom.com/MTG Goldfish. Even get a free MTG Goldfish sticker. Just let them know you want one in your order notes and they'll hook you up. Otherwise, hey, I'm glad you like the Against Odds original. Merch page, tokens, t-shirts, playmat, good way to support the stream and the channel and the site. Donations, always appreciated, never required. $2 or more gets your message read on stream. I think you convinced me to add another Silver Scrutiny and go down to Memory Deluge. A Memory Deluge is 2 is probably fine. We could go another Galvanic iteration if we get going. Galvanic iterations really, I don't know. Let's talk about the deck. Actually, I hated the Reclamation deck. My God. Absolutely hated it. So we're the bad guys tonight. We're playing the most miserable deck, seeing if we can get some extra turn salty scoops. So okay, what is the plan of this deck? What are we actually trying to do? The latter part of my name is pronounced Jersey Man. Hey, that makes so much sense. I just left that off and went with original Jersey Man. All right, I'll have that for next time. So what are we trying to do? We are the baddies for sure. We've embraced the dark side of the Force. We're trying to take all the turns. So how do we do this? Well, our main card is Mindsplicer Apparatus. Mindsplicer, you flash it in, each turn it gets an oil counter, and our spells cost 1 less for each oil counter on it. So the idea is we flash this in after killing some stuff, maybe sweeping the board, and that's going to help us cleave Alchemist Gambit for like 3 mana, maybe Hurkyl's Final Meditation for a low cost to end our opponent's turn, and our plan for winning the game, my fish is bad, is White Sun's Twilight Twilight. That's our only, maybe we need another finisher. I guess Burn Down the House can also be a finisher if we make Devils, but we're hoping to get a bunch of counters, cast a huge White Sun's Twilight, wrath away your board, make a bunch of toxic tokens, maybe take an extra turn, attack you with the tokens, poison you out of the game, and that's the plan. It's like Spell Slinger extra turn combo control, essentially. My fish is bad. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big scoops here for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I would have butchered it too. I would have said Jersman or something like that. I wouldn't have got the E out of there. I don't get the E. So I guess I'm going to just lurk in the stream since I'm more depressed than usual. Oh, well, Mega Magikarp. I hope things take a turn for the better. Sideboard wise, mostly a bunch of counter spells and removal spells, although you might notice main deck 0 creatures. So we have some Ovika Enigma Goliaths, with the theory being our opponent is going to see our deck has no creatures, so they're going to take out all their removal, and then we bring in Ovika and just get them with the biggest young Pyromancer of all time, sling some spells, make some tokens, see if we can beat our opponent down. So that is the plan. We got one Murex too. Yeah, that's for Krim. Krim sold me. Actually, like, we kind of are a toxic deck because White Sun's Twilight's our main finisher, so it kind of works there. Dire Goalie, welcome to the Fishbowl. So let's try it. Let's try it and see how it feels, and we will go from there with some updates. Hey, what's up, Lucid? How are you? Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, got some sweet backup decks if it comes down to it. We got a Mardu White Sun's Twilight Super Friends deck we haven't tried. There's a Greasefang deck. There's also a Luca Fight Rigging deck. Urbreath. This deck is actually really sweet. This deck I've been playing a little bit for fun. It's a sack deck, but it's Urbreath Forge Sacrifice with Ron in braids, kind of like a updated Phyrexia All Will Be One version of Rakdos Sacrifice. So we'll get to that one at some point too, I assume. Hey, what's up, Elf from Cairo. There we go. We got there. It's a magic card. Those are the only names I pronounce correctly if they're magic cards. Is there any other ramp other than Mindsplicer? No, sir. No offense, I hope this doesn't work because I don't want it to become a thing. I do not blame. I don't actually want it to become a thing either, but but we gotta try it. The opportunity presented itself. I guess I do mispronounce magic cards too, don't I? So how is everyone tonight? Hopefully everyone is having a spectacular week. Mega Magikarp, hopefully things get better. I'm sorry you're not feeling all that well at the moment. Yeah, we'll play first. Whew. Already punished by the Murex. We'll hit lands, right? We'll hit lands. Nah, okay, this is actually a little bit better, I think. Probably put, no card, this hand is actually probably worse. Has Leon Drazi been playing something similar? I don't actually know, but that does sound like something Ali would do. Ali does love to play like extra turn spells, so probably, but I haven't actually seen a deck list from him or anything. Tiefling. It's Tiefling. I know how to pronounce that. I just pronounced it. Black Sun's Twilight, eh? Ooh. Well, this might be awkward. If our opponent's also playing control, we are going to have a lot of removal spells that aren't doing anything. Lots of counters in the sideboard, but the main deck, we have a lot of nothing. Opponent plays a land passes. Well, we will pass the turn. We'd like to Silver Scrutiny at some point and not get it countered. That would be huge if we could resolve this. Opponent, Wandering Emperor. All right, well, I guess this is our window. Silver Scrutiny X3, draw some cards. Unfortunately, we're missing a land drop. Best part of the Philly trip. Ooh, we've drawn 2 of 2 counters, which is sweet. Let's discard Depopulate, I think. Best part of Philly trip. Probably some of the, okay, so probably some of the sweet decks I played against. Oh no. Oh god. Okay. I guess we should not have tapped down. That is a lot of Planeswalkers. That is a lot of Planeswalkers that we cannot deal with. Opponent gets and hits us. Oh my god, what a draw. What a draw. We have hope. Wipe them all out. Play that. Oh, that was such a... That was a clutch draw. Okay, Sanctuary Warden. That is annoying. That is annoying. Ooh, 1, 2, 3. We could take an extra turn. It doesn't do anything, but we could do it. Actually, okay. 1, 2. How do we do this? We could just White Sun's Twilight. It's not going to kill the Angel. Oh, what do we do? What do we do? Mono Black Nyx. Lots of Mono Black today. I do like Mono Black Devotion. Mono Black Devotion is definitely a super fun archetype for sure. That looks sweet. Blade Bane, I don't know what that is. Oh, I guess we need to do things. Oh, what do we do here? So the other option is like Abrade the Sanctuary Ward and leave up counters. Yeah, let's White Suns. White Suns X5. Blow up the token. Unfortunately, Sanctuary Warden lives, but we get some mites. Ooh, Toxic Bombardment. I wonder, we could play Arcane Bombardment in this deck. What? 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 Nesmith. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Bloodline Calling. Big scoops here for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bloodline Calling. Our opponent is prepared. Well. Now what? 1, 2. Oh, so awkward. Well, strangle the Sanctuary Warden. Abrade the Sanctuary Warden. Bloodline. Who plays Bloodline Culling? I don't think I have ever seen that card cast against me. Well, considering we haven't run Mindsplicer Apparatus, we're putting up a fight. Memory Deluge. Sure, draw some cards, opponent. Is the weather looking better where you are? The ice is better than this morning. This morning was really bad. Everything was iced and the power's been going on and off all morning, but apparently it's thawed enough that at least the power's no longer flickering on and off. I was afraid we weren't going to be able to stream because of that, but Jace completed. Maybe we do play Arcane Bombardment in this deck. That would be sweet. Opponent. Alright, so opponent gets a Jace, unfortunately. Trisk Bounce. Ooh. I like the cheapness. That's a cool way to try to get Trisk and Ecovile going. Just bounce a bunch of stuff and draw a bunch of cards. I mean, super duper ultra budget friendly, which is nice. I like that part. I've been playing some big red decks in Explorer of late. Just got to grind for some mythic wild cards. Add the Hellraiser. Oh, wait, what does your deck look like in Historic with Hellraisers? I'm very curious. Yeah, opponent did not want to lose to tokens, that's for sure. Opponent, Jace, Mills, draws. Passes. Well, add a Carways. Well, I guess we Devil? Opponent has way more cards in hand than us. I'm kind of jealous. About it. Siphon Insight. I don't think you want to keep Bombardment to cast Alchemist Gambit. Probably true. Or White Sun's Twilight. I guess there's a lot of cards in our deck it doesn't actually work with. So opponent going to Siphon Insight. I do think Siphon Insight's actually kind of good right now in Standard. A lot of people are playing the same good cards, and if everyone's playing the same good cards, Siphon Insight gets way better. Opponent steals a card from our deck. Well, we will kill the Jace and hit our opponent. Maybe the Devils get there. Hit the Jace. Hit our opponent. Hit our opponent. All right, that was not the most devastating. The most devastating of Jaces. Are Mythic Packs worth it? I think Mythic Packs are very good if you basically only need mythics. Like, I usually take and open a bunch of normal packs, and then you get to this weird point where you have all the rares, but you don't have all the mythics, and you're just getting gems out of most of your packs. At that point, mythic packs, I think, are a strict upgrade. Earlier than that, I don't know if it's really worth it to spend more. I guess if you're specifically looking for a mythic to complete your deck, it probably is. But if you're just trying to, like, fill your collection, I'm not sure that it actually is. Jeez, opponent. Come on now. All right, opponent. Another Wrath. I mean, you got to think our opponent has... They got to have some bad cards in their deck, right? Someday. Opponent. Pass. We need card draw desperately. Hey, Memory Deluge kind of counts. Yeah, let's pass the turn. Opponent. Wandering Emperor. Well, we will Memory Deluge. Do some digging. Well, okay. There's some lands. can always use another land. Sure, Wandering Emperor resolves. Yeah, our opponent is the most prepared for tokens out of anyone I have literally ever seen. Found it, mate. And they're playing a token deck. Opponent. In a matchup like this, being behind on mana is awkward. Not hitting... Where's our Mindsplicers? We cannot... 26 cards deep, 0 Mindslicers. About it. Gets in with the dork. Yeah, this is about to go very wrong, I think. Opponent passes. Hercule's Final Meditation. It's a lot of mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're one turn away from Hercule's Final Meditation. All right, pass the turn. Hope we remain alive. I mean, we also got to resolve it against the control deck, which is definitely not a guarantee. Negate it. Opponent lets it go. I mean, we have a million Wraths in our deck. So if we lose to a Wandering Emperor, that's kind of a shame because our deck has like 9 Wraths, maybe even more than that. Might be 11 Wraths. Like, we have a ridiculous amount of ways to deal with creatures. So I think we need to trust that we're going to actually be able to draw and resolve one of them. Opponent, it's us. It's us. I mean, we'd like to use Hercules to end our opponent's turn. The problem is our opponent is also a deck that's going to have some number of counters, probably. But ideally... Alright, opponent is... Wow, Syncopate. I'll play a Twara. Pass the turn. Come on, Magic Gods. Come on, Magic Gods. About it. These Siphon Insights. Alright, steals a card from our deck. I mean, we know we don't have any counters left in our deck. So the counters are going to have to come from our opponent's deck. Well, okay. That's our Silver Scrutiny. Well, let's end our own turn. I mean, that was kind of using it as a counter. It's so much better for making our opponent skip their turn, though, rather than making us skip our turn is not ideal. I wonder, maybe we should be playing Siphon Insights. Maybe we got to be more colors. I feel like we need more card draw. We need more. Our opponent's drawn all the cards and we have not drawn many cards. Hey, what's up, Dolph? How are you? Hey, Seth, I built a very mid-range Simic Proliferate deck with 1 copy of Venerated Rot Priest. If I can keep the Priest on the board for a couple turns, I've had a few people just scoop to me as if I was playing a Priest lock deck. Yes, I'll enjoy it while it lasts. Well, yeah. Counter it. Oh. Okay. Boom. Meditation. How do you like your turn ending about it? Denozetti! Welcome to the Wishball. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big scoop cheer for you. Thank you. Maybe we want some Planeswalkers. Maybe that. Extra turns without a threat on the board is pretty sad. I mean, we have made multiple threats. The problem is our opponent is just playing a who's who of Wrath that no one else plays. Missed you playing toxic decks earlier this week. How'd they go? Oh, they're pretty bad. I think the non-toxic or non-combo toxic is pretty not great. Memory Deluge. Well, there's a Mindsplicer Apparatus, finally. I'll play the land past the turn. So many Alchemist Gambits doing nothing. Found it, Wandering Emperor. And
I am the Emperor of Kamigawa, and I will protect my people.
Okay. How can we do this? Galvanic Iteration. We need to do this without running out of cards. Oh, we got a shot, maybe. We're down to 11. That's also not the best. Yeah, White Sun and Win. Our opponent is tacked 4 decks that are making tokens. All right, Galvanic Iteration, White Sun's Twilight. Go. Do you think you could just play Poison Proliferate in a blue tempo? Maybe. How are you gonna get poison counters on the opponent though? Are there any blue tempo cards that do that? I can't think of any blue tempo cards that give poison counters. I think that would be the challenge, pretty much. Prologue to Pharises. That's true. I don't know. When I think of blue tempo, I'm thinking of like Delver of Secrets and stuff like that. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I think you can build like a poison control deck where you try to give your opponent a poison counter and then proliferate it. We played some decks like that and they can work. I don't know what the tempo aspect would be, but I think you can definitely build a control deck that's like that. Okay. Okay, is there a way we can do this? So, we Galvanic Iteration. Okay, let's see if we can kind of combo here. Galvanic Iteration. Cleave an Alchemist Gambit. Do you have... Oh my god, they don't have counters. Oh, two extra turns. 2 extra turns. Oh my god, that's 2 extra turns. Oh my god, we're going to do it. Oh my god, we're going to do it. We untap. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, it's happening. Okay, play Xander's Lounge. White Sun's Twilight. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They don't have a counter, right? Oh my god, if they have instant speed, -2, -2. White Sun's Twilight, X5. Okay. Mindsplicer Apparatus, extra turn. I think we're going to cop opponent, I swear to God. If you have another Bloodline Culling, I swear about it. Come on now. You can't be playing 2 of those. No one even plays 1 of those. Opponent. Okay, extra turn. Take it up. Galvanic Iteration. And a discount, because we found the apparatus. Alchemist Gambit with Cleave. See if we can get 2 more extra turns. Yes. Oh! We did it! We did it! We did it! We really did it. Okay. I mean, that kind of actually worked against limited all-star bloodline culling. Got him! Oh, we did so little that whole game. You built something fun. Let me see, Doug. I like fun. Who doesn't like fun? Oh god. Thalia and the Gitrog monster. Is this like aristocrats and taxes? I mean, this doesn't look unfun. I like aristocrat decks. I honestly, if you sat down to play against me with this, I would just be happy it wasn't Corvold. Like, to me, this does actually look like a more fun version of Corvold. I would be thrilled to see Thalia and the Gitrog monster. That actually looks sweet. No, the record is 0-0. We actually just started. I think that's leftover from last stream. Big score does seem good. I mean, we can definitely update the deck. Like I said, this is our literal first match with it. So, is this a Vika? Do we actually bring in a Vika? We definitely bring in Bank Buster. Stuff that can't kill Planeswalkers and doesn't sweep seems pretty bad. All the counters, the Bank Buster in. Least favorite commander to see at the table. Whatever one Crim's playing. I'm not actually joking. Oh my god, did I tell you, chat? So I was doing a little research for a video today, and I don't know if any of you remember this. I did not remember this at all. Do you remember in 2008? So we're talking a while ago. Oh, we better actually sideboard here. In 2008. Counter. We'll go down. We're just not going to let a Planeswalker resolve. In 2008, Wizards had an April Fool's dual deck that was Pirate versus Ninjas. Does anyone remember that? You could be playing Magic in elementary school, Magikarp. King O Sharks for the 30th month. I hope you have a blessed day as well. Big scoop cheer for you. Thank you. And we will not keep this ad. All right. This hand has a Mindsplicer Apparatus, so we will keep. No count. We have so many counters now. It was so funny because, like, what was a thing in 2008 was an April Fool's joke. Is like, as soon as I saw it, it was like, wow, that's just like a set now. That's like Ixalan. they actually just described Ixalan, the set. Oh, it cracks me up that it went from like, haha, April Fool's joke, you know, ninjas versus pirates, who would ever do that, to like, hey, that's magic. Redbeard, welcome to the fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big scoop cheer for you. Thank you. Land go. How old am I? 21, just like Vince. Forever 21. Kamigawa invades Ixalan, basically. Well, let's see if we can get down this Mindsplicer Apparatus. That would be sweet. Opponent knows about it, though. Opponent untaps. And passing. Well, I mean, we are going to cast Mindsplicer. Run it out, counter it if you insist. Wow, opponent does not counter it. Don't kill it, please. Gavingatus, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll play the land. Pass the turn. We do need a memory deluge soon-ish. About it. Oh, gingivitis? It can't be can't be gingivitis. Whose Twitch name is gingivitis? Going to duress us, eh? Actually, you know what? Sure. Duress away, friend. Is this for the deck you're playing? And let me see Magic Art. Opponent takes the silver scrutiny. Oh yeah, mana. Maybe Mana Farm Hellkite would be better than Avika. That's possible. Memory Deluge. Oh no, it's a Syncope. That's not ideal. Wow, the saddest extra turn ever. Okay, extra turn. Oh, and then we draw Galvanic Iteration. All right, pass the turn. Wow, opponent countered all of our card draw. Opponent. Yeah, that was not a great extra turn. Opponent has a Vraska. You want to use Big Score. Yeah, Big Score might be all right. Oh, come on, deck. Come on, deck. Ooh, White Sun's Twilight. I mean, we could cast a really big White Sun's Twilight. I guess we just do that. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, play. Yeah, I mean, White Sun's Twilight. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, yeah. Gain 9, make 9 1/1s, pass the turn. Come on, deck. Yeah, maybe Mana Form Hellkite would actually be better. We have a new donation from opponent. Come on, no sweeping. From Lucid, $5 donation. Thank you so much, Lucid. Hey Seth, I don't really like EDH, but if I play, if I had a janky tribe to build around. Really? Really. Okay, so opponent kept their Wraths in. Silver Scrutiny. Draw a few cards. Ouch. 0 lands. What do we do about a Vraska? I think Dryads deserve a powerful commander, so I made a custom card. Ooh, Dryad Tribal is spicy. Opponent continues to go off. And continues to go off. And duress number 30. Uh-huh. I mean, I guess we can survive this. It's not good or pretty, but... Well, opponents played all their duresses. That's good news. Their duresses are no longer going to be a thing because they've literally drawn in... I think they've cast all of them, right? Well, I guess there could be one left. Let's look at this this Dryad commander. So 4 mana, 2/8. I like the stats. Forest Walk, Vigilance, Death Touch. Ares Autumn's Emissary. As long as you control 7 or fewer forests and or dryads, it's a non-creature forest land. Anytime you could play a land, you may play a dryad creature card as a land. It becomes a forest in addition to its other types. When it enters the battlefield this way, draw a card and put up to 1 forest from your graveyard onto the battlefield tapped. That is a wild design, Lucid. Wait, so anytime you can play a land, you can play a dryad creature card as a land. So is it? It's literally just a land then, or it's if you play a Dryad as a land, it's just a forest basically that still says Dryad. It doesn't have power and toughness, right? It's not like a Dryad. Is it like a Dryad Arbor? Very interesting for sure. So opponent took Kirkle's final meditation, so we need to play Deserted Beach. Play Galvanic Iteration. Burn down the house. Twice. Sweep your board. Pass the turn. That's a really cool design. It turns your Dryads into Dryad Arbors, but scales with how many land drops you have for the turn. Definitely super interesting, Lucid. I like the idea of it for sure. It's a lot to wrap. It's such a unique design that it's thinking through the implications of it and how powerful it is actually kind of tricky.
May your blade strike true.
We're at 20. I mean, this is actually kind of working. We got another new donation from Aesthetic Prophonic. $5 donation. Hey, Seth. Thanks for all the great contests. I have a saucy Historic Death Shadow deck that I got to Mythic with. Ever copy Ranger Captain of Eos every turn with Fable the Mirror Breaker. Ooh. Thank you for the donation, by the way, Aesthetic. I appreciate it. Abba Shadow. I will pull up the deck. Let's play this turn so we don't time out, and I'll pull it up. Okay, now what? I mean, getting down Mindsplicer seems good. Opponent does have one of our cards. Yeah, let's just pass in Mindslice. I think that's fine. Abash Shadow. You know, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. Does Mono Black Shadow want the new staff? It may be in Historic. It's kind of slow, though. I don't think Modern would want it. I think it's just too slow. The problem in Historic, maybe a build like this could use it. Most Death Shadow builds, I think, are Luris builds. And I don't think staff is good enough to make you drop Luris if you can have Luris as a companion. Definitely a cool build. I like the go big Abash plan. I haven't seen this take on Death Shadow. Always gonna be a one-shot kill if you're doubling the damage. That looks spicy. I'm new on Twitch. How do subscription and gifts work on here? So subscriptions, I believe it's like $5, and you are subscribed for the month, and you get some emotes and so forth. It's mostly a way to just support the content. There are some, like I said, you get some special emotes and so forth. So there are some little benefits, but it's that's the main thing. And gifts, it's the same thing, except you can do that for someone else, basically. Give someone else a sub. Hey, Seth, I lost a game because my opponent had double portal to Phyrexia. Mostly mattered because it was Graveyard Hate 2. Yeah, double portal of Phyrexia seems tough to beat. I imagine that losing a game to that is a realistic possibility. How are things, by the way, Rucker? All right. Mindslicer Part 2. Oh, no ads. Yeah, that's other big upside. Arocalypse with the gift sub to Sebi. Hey, welcome to the fish. You also get a amazing sub shout out. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. Thank ya. Yeah, I guess we fight over this. Reject imperfection. Nothing to proliferate. We get a counter. Oh, we draw a land. We need to draw some cards. That's what we really need. Play the land. Galvanic Iteration. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wait. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Silver Scrutiny. Copy it. Hopefully draw a few Magic the Gathering cards. Come on, deck. Give us that full hand. Opponent has a negate. Can't do anything about that. Opponent. Alright, so they get to counter 1. Now we will pass the turn. Opponent siphons Insight. I mean, I feel like we're getting close to the winning point again, maybe. Opponent puts a counter. I mean, the deck's working. It's kind of working. Things are actually pretty not great. Really struggling in this meta to make an artisan content. Tempo and aggro feel like the only option. We're going to attempt to counter that. Vraska's kind of decent. Worst case, hopefully this taps our opponent down if they want to counter back. All right, opponent lets it go. Opponent gets in, hits us. Down to 21. Counter on the apparatus. Okay. So, Galvanic Iteration. One, two, 3, 4, 5. Oh boy, do we just cast it again? Galvanic Iteration. Copy it. And here we go. Cleave a Gambit. Copy it a few times. Opponent negates, but we still get the that was our negate too. Extra turn number 1. Extra turn number 2. Play the tap land. Okay, off to the races. We untap. We draw some token production. We Memory Deluge. We go 2 cards deep because that's as far as it can go at the moment. We'll play Reckoner Bankbuster. Reckoner Bankbuster draws us a card. Can we find another extra turn spell while we're in this extra turn chain? Vanish into Eternity. Memory Deluge again. Oh, whiff hard. Another Mindsplicer and a land. Play the land past the turn. Get a counter. There's a negate. Draw with Bankbuster. White Sun's Twilight. White Sun's Twilight. Play the land. White Sun's Twilight X5. Oh, we can go more than that. We got a million counters. We got a Splicer going off. So that's 4 for free. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think we go 10. Oh, no. Oh, Arena auto tapper. All right, we got to tap. I guess we got to tap manually. Oh, we got to leave up double blue for our 2 counters. Let's see if we can do this. Tap all the non-blue sources. All right, White Sun's Twilight X10. Okay, X10. Blow him up. Pass the turn. Opponent, would you like to die? Would you like to die to the mites? 2 counters in hand. 3 extra turn spells cast. Hey, what's up, Woodizzle? Good to see you. Hey, what's up, Butter? How are you? It's working. It's actually working. Here's the big red list I'm currently running. Obviously, with Hellraiser, it would become a lot more creature heavy. Well, let me see, Dempsey. Oh, that looks fun. So, less creatures and more planeswalkers, maybe? Opponent, Katosi. We will stroke the Katosi. Oh, we mighted him. We mighted him. Yes. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Oh, question for you, chat. This is an important real life question. So, last night, I walked down to my kitchen, and there was a strange cat sitting in the middle of my kitchen floor, it kind of looked at me like, what are you doing here? And I looked at it like, what are you doing here? Because I don't actually own a cat. Apparently the strange cat on the floor learned about Bear's dog door, and now it knows how to come into the house. Am I just a cat owner now? Yeah, that is actually what I was wondering. Yeah. The only problem is I don't know how Bear will handle that. Bear was sleeping in the other room, so he didn't see it. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to a cat living. Like, I live out in the middle of nowhere. There's plenty of like barn cats or stray cats that are around. So I wouldn't be opposed to like having a stray cat that I was nice to and fed and could do whatever. Did I try sacrificing in the oven? It was too fast for that. I tried. But grab it by the nearest nape, by the nape, and drive it to the nearest animal shelter. It was quick. It did not want to be caught. No, there was no collar. So where I live out in the middle of nowhere, apparently it's a place that if people have kittens they don't want, they just set them free. So there's a lot of just random cats in the area. So I don't think it's a cat that anyone owns. I think it's kind of a free range cat. If it wasn't for Bear, how do I? Okay, so next question then. Now that I'm apparently a cat owner, how do I introduce? Oh yeah, I mean, you should not be dumping your extra cats out in on the back roads in hoping for the best. How would I introduce Bear to it in a way that they might both survive? Bear is a what? Bear is a 160-ish pound Rottweiler. A huge big teddy bear, the nicest dog, but he's never had to interact with a cat before. When did Seth become a cat owner? Apparently last night when I walked out into my kitchen and there was a cat sitting in the middle of my kitchen floor. It was like a really icy, horrible night, and it apparently just came in through the dog door looking for a place to chill and be warm, which I didn't mind. I was mostly afraid that Bear would go wild and eat it or whatever. Let them both in the apartment in separate rooms so they can get a scent of each other for a while, and if you open the door, they'll know where they are. I was thinking, like, I mean, put them both in a room and let them work it out. I honestly am probably a little more worried about Bear than the cat. The cat seemed pretty tough. Bear, I know Bear. Bear is a big teddy bear. If anything, this wild outdoor cat would probably scare Bear. I'm not really gonna just put him in a room together, but I think this wild outdoor cat would probably hurt Bear before Bear hurt the cat, honestly. What is welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup here. Thank you. Do wild animals come in through the doors often? Never happened before. This is the first time. This is the first time that I know. Maybe my house is a little cat hotel, and I never realized it until last night. I just never saw them before. But no, as far as I know, this is the first time a non-bear animal is coming through the dog door. Is Bear too big to be on stream? Oh no, he's just sleeping. Usually he's sometimes at doing some puppy playtime during the stream. He's around tonight, but he's passed out. If he comes in, I'll try to get him on. He's not really a lap dog. He's a little big to just like sit up on my lap and hold. He's a massive puppy. If he wakes up and comes in here, I'll see if I can get him on. See if I can get him on the stream. Well, land go. Sam doesn't look horrible. Oh, God. All right. Opponent's also playing Mindsplicer Apparatus, apparently. Twinsies. Is this card good? We don't have anything to cast with it, right? We're probably not feeling great about where we're at now. We'll see. I wasn't feeling great about last match, and it worked, so maybe it's better than I think. Oh, Hercule's Final Meditation. Missing land drops, not the best. Okay, I guess. Opponent, nothing scary, nothing scary. Oh my god. Yeah, now that I know it's a possibility, I guess I'm a little nervous about a wild animal coming through. The cat, at least. I mean, it's a cat. I can deal with a cat. If I walked out and there was a raccoon in the house or something, oh my god. I don't even do well with birds. Oh, boy, birds kind of creep me out. Have you ever had a bird in your house? Is it weird to be freaked out about indoor birds? I think it's my hair, honestly. I have so much hair. If a bird ever comes, I know I need a cat to protect me from the birds. Yeah, Bear is not very good at that, honestly. Bear's gonna have to pick it up. He's gonna be replaced by that cat if he doesn't start stopping the birds. Outrageous Tyrannosaurus, welcome to the fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big Scoop Jeffrey, thank you. I think it's the amount of hair I have. If you ever have a wild bird that comes down your chimney or does something like that, like I just have this big. I think it's the fear that it's gonna get tangled in my hair and not be able to get away. Come on, opponent. Will you stop blowing up all of our things? Good lord. Good lord, opponent. Memory deluge. Take a land. And I guess, a land. We keep playing against all these control decks. These matchups get better after we go to sideboarding and we can bring in a million counter spells. In game one, I feel like this matchup's pretty bad because our opponent's playing a million counters and we are not. Light Sun's Twilight. Own it. Let's see if they have even more counters. Play the land. Burn down the house. Do we have yet another counter? No. Board is swept. But our opponent's spells have this huge discount, which we do not have. Oh, let me see, David. A Garth deck, eh? I don't know about this card. I put a couple in the sideboard, but this does not seem good to me in the current meta. If aggro was a thing that existed, I could see it, but aggro doesn't exist in this standard. I don't know what gaining 7 life really, like, opponent's at 33 and it's the same as if they were at 20, like, it just really doesn't make a difference. These bits are not for you, they're for the cat that adopted you. Maybe I gotta do a donation drive for the cat. Get it inside, get it to the vets, give it some food. If I find it again, I might see, I have a basement that Bear doesn't go in. So I could probably see if I could get the cat in the basement for the short term, where at least it would be out of the elements. So I might be able to, like, put it in the basement and then figure out how to introduce Bear and the cat at some point. Probably be better than being out in the snow, at least, I think, from the cat's perspective. A Johnny? There's got to be some good cat and bear combination, I think. Oh, my God. Well, draw some cards, hit a land, blow up the Mindsplicer. Okay, things have taken a turn for the better. Look out, opponent. We have the extra turn spells. Crush! Welcome to the fishbowl. Ooh, Savannah Lions. I actually kind of like that. Welcome to the fishbowl. Thank you so much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We are getting close to Hercule's Final Meditation. We are getting close. All right, pass the turn. Next turn. Next turn's a big one. Next turn's a big one. Lion and Tiger. I still kind of want to beat a Beagle. I don't know why I want a beagle. Gonna turn into a little animal shelter here. Savannah's not a horrible name. Since your dog is named Bear, the cat must be named for a non-feline animal. That's a law. Yeah, I think technically you're probably right. Oh, here we go. Galvanic iteration. Alchemist. Wow, this is working. This is working. Who's the Mindsplicer Apparatus deck now, opponent? Extra turn. Get a counter. Play a land. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's see if they got a counter, or that is 10 mites, and that should be game. 10 mites. Untap. Play the land. Go to combat, and... Did we do it? Ha! Ha! It's working! Whoa, did we actually make a functional extra turn deck in Standard? Oh! Dork? Cat and Dork? Cat Dork. Yeah. I mean, it could have something to do with the fact that he just, or she, I actually don't even know, just wandered in the house. What a good, it's kind of like a burglar. It was so funny because the cat was just as shocked as I was. I walked out and like, it's late at night and I walk out to the kitchen and was going to get a drink or something. And, and I see this cat and I was just like, why is there a cat sitting? And I was just like, what is going on? And the cat looked at me like the same exact look. Like, wait, why is this human? Why is this human here? What is going on? Robin Hood. Oh, the cat burglar. I kind of like it. Burglar cat. Bugler cat. Oh boy, if I name it, yeah. Bugler cat, I can do that all the time. Oh man, everyone will hate me. Name the cat Dak Fane, greatest thief in the universe. Pretty good, pretty good. What about Asmor Animar Dikadikulidikar? Asmor Animar Dikadikulidikar. How close am I? Asmor Animar Dikadistikakul. I used to know that. I learned it for a video because I thought it would be funny to flawlessly pronounce it after I mess up everything else, like pronounce the hardest name in Magic. So I actually did learn it for a video, but that was a while ago that Asmor was an actual thing. All right, we got to. Oh no, we need to sideboard much quicker than this. Okay, opponent's also playing control. Bankbuster in. Oh god. Go down Strangles. A Braid actually does something. Go down to Populate. Go down the Farewell. Go down one Burn Down the House. Go down one Memory Deluge. That might work. A Braid kills their Mindsplicer Apparatus. Maybe this deck is actually kind of good. That actually felt pretty good. Cocaine Bear. You have a dog named Bear, so a cat should be named Cocaine. Is that movie out yet? Has anyone actually watched that movie? I'm curious if it's entertaining at all. I don't know if it's like it comes out tomorrow. I'm still not sure if it's supposed to be like a good movie about a weird topic or if it's supposed to be like Sharknado about a weird topic. Like if it's intentionally like campy or whatever, I'm not sure. Is it like intentionally a B movie? Sharknado level? I mean, it does look funny. It does look funny. Well, the cat was actually kind of pretty. It was, I don't know cat terms that well. Calico, I think. Is calico 3 colors? Is that what calico means? It was like kind of base white and then had orange and brown kind of swirls patterns. But yeah, it was actually kind of like a pretty cat. I'm not a Well, we did not exactly prepare for Hauntijin. All right, opponent's coming with the sideboard tech. Union of the Third Path. Yeah, I don't think we're going to counter that. Opponent draws a card, goes to combat, hits us for 1 with Honeygen. Down to 19 passes. Well, Battlefield Fjorge pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Land. And hits us for 1. Well, we're going to have to remember that. Our opponent is playing creatures. Memory Deluge. Are you really going to spend a counter on that opponent? Are you really? Is it really worth it? Oh, well, I guess if it's Syncopate, it's probably worth it. Well, Shivan Reef. Go. Opponent. Untaps. What's a good Magic Cat name? Did I get a cat? Sort of. I walked out into my kitchen last night and a cat was there that had come in through Bear's dog door. So now I guess I'm kind of a cat. I kind of own a cat, or a cat owns me. Because you know what's gonna come back, right? I feel like now that I know that it knows where the dog door is, I feel like the odds of it returning are very high. Honeygen, eh? Opponent untaps. Ratadrabic. That'd be a good rat name. I'll get a cat for Bear to play with. So I get a dog, get a cat for the dog to play with, and then a rat for the cat to play with, and the world will be at peace. Let's see if we can draw. We stopped countering our stuff for 1 second. Somehow our opponents hit like 4 lands in more counters than lands. I think we're heading towards this game. All right, opponent does not counter this time. Play the land. We're getting close to where we want to be. We're getting close. Pass the turn. Stern lesson. Sure. MTG Catfish. Opponent. Sounds like an MTV show. Is that show real? Did you ever see the Catfish show on MTV? Speaking of real, have you ever seen Impractical Jokers? I know this is like 10 years old. I know it's like 10 years old, so I get it. I'm not a pop culture guy. How fake is that show? I watched some episodes of it and I was like, huh. I feel like some of those people know what's up. Like the first season, it was pretty funny because, I mean, I guess they're like pretty funny comedy anyway, but like the first season, it was kind of funny because it felt like no one knew who they were. But then when I watched a later season, I was like, wow, are these people in on the joke? I kind of felt like people just knew who they were and played along with it and sort of like faked it for the sake of being on TV. Oh, I don't know. It was on like Netflix or Hulu or something. So it was like the first 2 or 3 seasons, I think. I definitely haven't seen the most recent ones. All right, bounce the Hauntigen. We're at 8. Untap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We need like 2-ish turns. And our opponent not to have infinite counters. Well, I guess we see if we can get a counter out of our opponent's hand. Alchemist Gambit. The sad one. The Explorer. They tried to be authentic. As time went on, more people knew. They tried to keep it authentic. Yeah, I mean, it seems like a big challenge on their end. Like, how do you do hidden camera shenanigans once people know who you are? Well, all right, try this again. Galvanic Iteration. There's no way they're going to be able to counter everything because I only have 1 blue mana, so hopefully this works. Alchemist Gambit. Copy it. Extra. Ooh, do we get both? Oh my god, we get both. Okay. Well, that changes things. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So White Sun's Twilight, X5. Kill the Honeyjin, make some mites. Maybe we should have tried to double it and go for the one shot, but I think this is fine with multiple counters in hand. Storm, Carve, Ghost, go. Oh, we're one extra turn spell away from just a straight up win. Get in, hit ya. Opponent. Opponent. How do you feel about some poison? All right, they're gonna march a token. Take 4 poison. Well, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Draw some cards. And pass the turn. Discard a Braid, and I mean, we should be good. Wow, the deck is working. Hey, what's up, AS Bolt? How are you? Can't rotate the Jokers. To me, it was just the way they interacted with each other. Very smooth. Felt like you're one of the guys just watching. Yeah, I mean, I think that's what kind of makes the show work, is the relationship with the people on the show, just the way they kind of interact like a group of friends. You know what? You know what would be good content? Impractical Jokers Commander gameplay series. That I could get behind. That would probably rival game nights. I don't know if we could get them to do it, but they probably have no idea what Magic is. But that would actually probably be pretty funny. Hottijin. Well, poison ya. I mean, how do we lose with this hand? We have a handful of counters and removal. We can rebuild our mites if we have to. Like, this hand is kind of ridiculous. It would have been nice to get one more extra turn spell to just fully seal it, but sure. Draw 3 Magic the Gathering cards, opponent. Oh, Blood Funnel against odds. That could be a cool... I don't think we've ever played a Blood Funnel deck. It's... must have been on the poll in the past, but it hasn't won. That would be a good one, though. That would be a good one to actually try. Haughty. Hot. Like taut. Hot. That sounds right. I'll never forgive Wizard for making this card not an alt-win card. Wait, what card not an alt-win card? So where are we at with Lord of the Rings? We were so March of the Machines focused last stream. We didn't really talk about Hottijin. Yep. You are not perfect, opponent. That Hottijin is not proliferate you. Yes. 9. Is it the might win? Is it the might win? We did it! 2-0. We're gonna be 2-0. We're gonna be 2-0. Who would have thought? Maybe an extra turn deck can actually work in Standard. So far, it feels as busted as every other extra turn deck. White Sun's Twilight X0. Yeah, send the message. Sure. We will untap. And I guess you should have played extra turn spells. Lord of the Rings set will actually buy a few boxes since it's Lord of the Rings. They did announce, and I think this is really good news. Someone asked Mark Rosewater about it. The Commander decks, we're getting a absolutely ridiculous number of Commander precons this year, but there are, I believe, 4 or 5 coming with the Lord of the Rings set. They are going to be similar to the Warhammer decks in that all the cards are going to be featuring Lord of the Rings art. So, I'm excited about that. The 40k decks I care literally 0 about 40k. Warhammer is just not something I'm interested in, and I think those are the best Commander decks that they've ever printed. So I'm hyped about them saying this is similar to the Warhammer decks, because I also care about 0 about Lord of the Rings, but I can get behind a good, like, well-constructed Commander precon. So I'm expecting these precons to actually be, if they're like Warhammer, they're going to be really, really good. Also a little scared about Lord of the Rings Breaking Modern, but it's kind of in the Modern Horizons slot. Like, when we'll be getting the Lord of the Rings set is when normally we'd be getting a Modern Horizons. So I'm wondering if this is like Modern Horizons Lord of the Rings edition. I'm expecting a battle that's as strong as Urza Saga. Do I have a favorite alt win con? I think I've played... Actually, I'm curious about this now. Alt win con tier list would be a good... might actually be a good win video. I'm curious, is there any win the game cards that we haven't played? Win the game cards are like the foundation of Against Odds. I'm sure there's some legacy ones we haven't played. But excluding some legacy ones, I think and ones that aren't real, I think we've probably played them all. What is the sweetest one? Halo Fountain's tough. Medium. Hellkite Tyrant's funny, but with Mycos and Vladis Bandit's a lot worse. Mechanized Production's a little boring. Like, it's a fun value card, but winning with it doesn't actually excite me. Coalition's Victory. We've played Coalition Victory twice. The first time, I was super excited to win with it because it was very difficult. The second time, I was still happy to win with it, but it felt kind of easy. Like, it had gotten much easier over the 5 years since we had played it. So that one's kind of went down in my ranking. Elocutors is ridiculously hard. That is one of the hardest ones. You gotta have this bad creature stay on the battlefield and not take damage for a bunch of turns. Approach of the Second Sun, probably too easy. Barren Glory is one of my favorites. It is like ultimate hard mode, and you gotta pull off some really janky things to actually make it work. So that one might be on the short list. Battle of Wits. I like playing Battle of Wits decks, although Battle of Wits, it kind of just makes you play more cards. It's a little bit like Yariad in that it sounds cooler than it is sometimes. We have played some really cool Battle of Wits decks, but I've also seen Battle of Wits decks that are literally just like, I'm going to play every good Modern Horizons card and throw Battle of Wits in and have a 250 card deck. And that doesn't interest me nearly as much. Biovisionary's fine. Darksteel Reactor, we might have to revisit Darksteel Reactor. The time we did Darksteel Reactor for Against the Odds, we won by beating down with it, which was a little cheaty, and turning it into a creature and with like scissors or whatever and beating down. So that might be one to revisit now that we have more proliferate at this point. Helix Pinnacle's funny, but it's really just like infinite mana. Hedron Alignment, my god, Hedron Alignment is like the hardest. That might be the hardest one. That might be harder than Barren Glory and Cheese Stats alone, actually. Motherfrogger, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. Near-death experience I really like. If you look back, so there's a old school Against the Odds that was near-death Karma, and it was near-death experience. Karma, which drains both players equal to the swamps they control on their upkeep. So it was near-death experience, Karma to make us lose life, Urborg to make everything swamps, and then Worship to stay alive. That was one of my favorite like early Against the Odds decks. It was horrible and we hardly won with it at all, but when we did win with it, it was really good. Aim assist we've still never done. It's never happened. Countdown is the one that got funny art. Lab Maniac, Thassa's Oracle, pretty boring. Triskaidekaphile, you just gotta draw a card, so it's not hard. Ramsey's not legal anywhere. Could do Ramsey's Commander. So I guess it actually might be near-death experience now that we're going through this whole list. Revel in Riches is like, it's gotten easier. It's still not easy in 1v1 formats. Loses the game probably also counts. Like Phage, I think Phage counts as a... alt win con. And there's a couple other... maybe I'm not wording it right. Is it Opponent? Maybe it's like that player loses the game. I don't know how to... Okay, there's 8 misses. 8 misses, yeah, we might have to still do that one at some point. I don't know. I don't think 8 misses is super interesting. You got to play a bad creature. You have to deal damage with the bad creature. And then you need to have a bunch of cards in hand. I feel like Mirrodin Besiege is actually pretty good. I'm surprised that hasn't seen more play, but... All right, let's keep taking turns. I don't think... Oh, did I typoed it? Beer and Glory is one of my favorites. I would say, if I'm just going to choose favorites, probably Bear and Glory and Near Death Experience are two of my favorite, like, win the game cards. I like most of them, though. Like, many of them are, we'll try this. Hopefully we're up against aggro, not another control deck. How many years the beard has? Also a tough call on a Q&A with all Goldfish team when? Who would you like a Goldfish Q&A? I could probably get that set up. We did a bit of a Q&A for like, what was it? Some number of subs on the Commander YouTube, like 6 months ago, a year ago. Vorpal I think is actually just legit good. I mean, not like top tier good, but I think it actually is just like a pretty good card. Now, Silver Scrutiny is a good draw. Yeah, Deserted Beach, go. We need a Mindsplicer. What about lose the game cards? All right, let's see. Scryfall returns. I don't know how the lose the game search goes though. It might have a lot of stuff that doesn't count. All right, opponent getting in. Yeah, let's kill it. Get rid of the Blood Tithe Harvester. So what actually shows up in lose the game cards? Archfiend of Dross makes you lose the game. Oh, Door to... Oh, I love Door to Nothingness. Although Door to Nothingness is enough. I feel like the 5-color ramp win cons, Coalition Victory, Door to Nothingness, those have gotten a lot easier. Just as we get more cards, more ramp, I feel like those have gotten easier to pull off. Last time we played Door to Nothingness, it was actually like, I don't want to say legit, but it wasn't that far away from being like an actual win con. It is a cool card though. I still like it. All right. We're playing Magic still. Land. Ooh, Phyrexian Arena. All right. Memory Deluge. We will take a land and a White Sun's Twilight pass the turn. Maze's End is sweet. Maze's End has also gotten a lot easier. Oh boy. I like my win cons a little bit challenging. If they're too easy, they get boring. Well, this is gonna be rough. This is going to be bad. Oh yeah, we're gonna just die to the Shieldred. Sure. I don't think Phyrexian Arena's... I tried Phyrexian Arena in Standard, and it is so bad in a Shieldred format. It is way too painful for it to actually work. About it. How do we deal with a Shieldred? We have a million Wraths. We just gotta draw them and resolve them. Have you ever seen that crazy deck that forced layers to use Door to Nothingness on themselves? Yes. I saw like a... Yeah, I saw like a breakdown of the steps to it. I don't think it's actually, like, the theory is really cool. I don't think it's something that's actually possible to do in a game of Magic. It's kind of like the Magic Turing machine or whatever. Like, the theory of it is super interesting. Yeah, I think we have to do this, even though it's going to hurt a lot. Yeah, no problem. Take 6, draw 3. Shieldred's a good Magic card. Well, okay, Farewell will get us out of most of these issues for the time being. Yeah, down to 10. Play the land. Farewell. Hit literally everything. Out of here. Maybe we shouldn't have hit the graveyards because of our Memory Deluge, but... About it. Yeah, we probably should have left the memory deluge, actually. Oops. I don't know what our opponent's waiting for. Oh, they're gonna blood. I see. I see. Jonathan Snow for the 5-year resub. Welcome to the Fish Ball. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. Is it? Cut it out with the Shieldreds. Okay. We get drained. Well, play the land. 1, 2. Well, White Sun's time. Kill the Shieldred, gain some life. If we get to untap with these mites, we win. Our opponent doesn't know it, but we can just chain together extra turn spells until our opponent's dead. Opponent's gonna cut down a mite, sure. Come on. Let's get this combo kill. Opponent plays a swamp. Corpse Appraiser gonna do some drawing. That's fine. That doesn't stop the combo kill. And our opponent tapped their blue mana. Combo. I mean, White Suns is kind of the card that makes this deck sort of possible, I think. Blood Tithe Harvester gets a blood token. And Reckoner Bankbuster. Okay. Can we get through these blockers? We draw land. That's too many. Oh, we just can't really attack, right? We lose too many tokens? Yeah, we can strangle one. Play a land. Take an extra turn. Is it worth attacking, though? We get in for 3? We get in for 3, but we lose a mite. We need, like, one more removal spell, or like a Galvanic iteration. Why does no one play extra turn spells in this standard? Oh. Yeah, get in there. About it. Is there any merit to ban Shielder just because it's annoying? Not broken, just annoying. I don't think so. Like, Shieldred's play rate has come down quite a bit, so I think at this point it's fine. Land. It's not what we wanted. Well, maybe we gotta just pass then. Blockers. The bane of our existence. Things that block. Pass the turn. In honor of my 5-year anniversary, I request a special episode of Flump Against the Odds. We streamed it, but let's share the joy with the YouTube crowd as well. Oh no, do we actually have to bring back Flump? Bring back Flump. About it. Passing. Well, make some dorks. Oh, I could use a card draw spell. Or Galvanic iteration. Depopulate. Not super helpful. Well, make some devils. Go attacking. The motliest beatdown crew. I don't really want to bounce a Blood Tithe Harvester. It doesn't feel that good. We don't have lethal either way, and we're saving like 1 token, and they just replay and get another blood token. I feel like we gotta try to get more value out of it. About it. Braids a mite. Sure. About it. I vote we raid Voxy when Bear has to poop. She's struggling with one limited, and it's amusing. Oh, yeah, one limited. Does anyone like one limited? I'm curious. I haven't played that much of it. There's also a flump bowl if you want to get your vote on. Oh, should there be a flump against the odds? I mean, we kind of already did one on stream, but yeah, we are kind of Jeskai tokens at the moment. Opponent passes. Oh, so many lands being drawn. So many lands, so few card draw spells. I think, you know what went wrong? Is I think we actually sort of punted this a little bit. In that, when we cast the Farewell, we exiled Graveyards. And that exiled Memory Deluge, which would have been super helpful here. So I think this is actually kind of our fault that we wasted the flashback on that. White Sun's Twilight pre-release ran $10 in paper. Now it's under $2. I've been seeing a lot of white decks lately. Wondering if it'll tick back upwards. I mean, most rares are just so cheap now. Even if they see play, there's like the normal printings of rares are just so cheap. I mean, maybe R isn't the right word. Your. Let's go with your. I blame you, chat. You were personally responsible for that Memory Deluge being exiled. It's funny because Wizards has like mostly been making really good limited formats. They have mostly been making really good limited formats. So it's funny that they kind of whiffed so hard with this one. About it. I'm going to crew. Okay. Interesting choice. Blocks a devil. Okay. Goes for the throw to token. Opponent goes to 7. Gets pinged. Well, extra turn. We need what, 2 blue? Can we? Maybe we can win here. 1. We could really use 1 good draw. It's been a minute since we've drawn anything relevant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Why is it highlighting that blue man? I'm so... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Arena. Why? Why is it doing that? It looks like the people have spoken and want more flumps. What am I missing, chat? Why does this keep highlighting our untapped dual land? It only needs 1 red. Oh, is this just Arena's brain not being good with cleave? All right, hopefully this works. I see. The mechanic's too confusing for Arena's brain, apparently. Alchemist Gambit. We're still short of lethal, though. So close. Draws a card. Makes a token. And... Make disappear. Sacks the token. Alright. Sure. Alright, the game continues. Hey, what's up, Zone Rain? How are you? What box would you recommend to draft with friends? I would, out of like recent standard sets, I would probably push you towards... Oh, goodness. Someone's just chunking through the tokens. Well, ping ya. Can we draw a card draw spell? I would probably draft like Brothers War, Dominaria, one of those. Fable the Mirror Breaker. And opponent passes. Oh, sweet mother. Okay. We draw nothing. We pass the turn. Opponent. Gonna do some looting. One limited's not very good, unfortunately. That's kind of the issue. What do you think of my token doubling list? Let me see, Dragon Archmage. I do like doubling tokens. Opponent. Where is our card draw? We've been like one draw away from putting this game away for about 1,000,000 turns. Well, okay. Mounts the Goblin. Opponent gets in for 4, no blocks. Opponent. Corpse Appraiser. And they have... Yep, sure. Opponent draws a card. That looks fun, Dragon Archmage. I mean, the curve doesn't look bad to me. This seems reasonable. I don't know about Skrelv's Hive. We tried that last stream and it is pretty much turned me off it ever being a playable card. All right, more Fable the Mirror Breakers. Oh no, another. Oh boy, we have drawn lands for so many turns in a row. That might just be game then. Like, not much we can do about only lands forever. We don't play the land past the turn. Who do you have a Blood Funnel Brew Wood Hizzle? Blood Funnel is a very difficult card to actually make work. I've seen it on some lists of the worst cards ever printed, and that might be a bit harsh, but it is very, 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 very difficult for it to work. Really? Skrelv's Hive actually worked for you? Our experience with Skrelv's Hive has not been good. It has been the very opposite of good. Whatever that is. Well, counter the Invoke. I think we're dead though, because we've just found nothing here. No action, no card draw. Opponent rack and her Bank Buster. Gonna go attacking. And hey, what's up, Bunduck? How are you? Sorry for spamming your chat. Have you ever considered Blood Funnel with Benevolent Geist? You could do some wild stuff with that as well. Chandra Awakened Inferno seems bonkers. Benevolent Geist, is that the backside of the... Yeah, Malevolent Hermit? Yeah, I mean, if you can pull it off... you can definitely do some cool things. I mean, it turns into like a very powerful ram spell. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, we have drawn a amount of lands that is not going to let us do anything this game, unfortunately. We have drawn lands a lot of... Boy, we've drawn like... I feel like I don't know, 10 out of our last 11 turns or something, we've just drawn lands. Scrubs are really good controlling the mites. Oh, I thought this was a mite. I guess it doesn't really matter either way. I was thinking that was one of our mites, but I guess it's not. All right, land number, I don't even know. Some very huge number. Because there's 2 in the graveyard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15. Whew, land number 15. 2 token doublers will give you even more tokens, yeah. People underestimate how bad tokens that can't block are. Decay zombies are even saw no play because of this. Yeah, I mean, that's been my experience with Skrelv's Hive. And we were playing like a dedicated toxic deck too. Like we were actually playing, if there was any deck that I would have thought would make Skrelv's Hive good, it would be that one. And it felt, I thought it was going to be bad, and it felt worse than that somehow. Like it was almost amazing how bad it felt. So yeah, it really soured me on the possibilities of that card. Grixis cheap stuff. Blood funnel. Wait, how do we make blood funnel work though? Oh, I see. We're trying to play uncounterable spells mostly. Okay. Wait, how do we play the dragon, though? Is there a way to... Can't be countered. I mean, that's Larry's idea for sure. The curve is... the games that we don't get a blood funnel, the curve is going to be a little just smidge high, but... the blood funnel games, last word's like a better counter spell. Heated debates like a better... I don't even know... That's a funny idea, Woodhizzle. All right, opponent, Grixis pile of stuff. Well. So same plan, but this time draw non-lands. Otherwise, I believe the game plan essentially remains the same. Also draw Mindsplicer Apparatus. We didn't hit a Mindsplicer Apparatus either. What are we going to cut, though? Maybe, like, strangle, depopulate, and... Alright, 1 White Suns. Run it like that. I love how crazy standard is right now. Just 3 color good stuff. Yeah, it is kind of a very mid-range Pily standard. Well, we got card draw. Oh boy. This might be one of those games where if we could mix our hands together, we'd be in business. Do you think we're getting a new Colossus to go with Darksteel and Blightsteel in March of the Machines? I'm not hopeful. After they amazingly nerfed Monument to Perfection, I'm not super hopeful that they're going to give us something on that level. I wonder if for some reason that's just considered too strong these days. I don't know. What do you think went wrong with Monument of Perfection? That's the one that gets me, because Monument feels like the closest thing to like a Blightsteel. Yes, Darksteel and Blightsteel pair up card. 22 for 22 mana. Indestructible. What is the point of this deck? To take all the turns, basically. I've been thinking about Mindsplicer Apparatus, and it shell would light up the night. Maybe is it extra turn spell too? The extra turn spell is definitely really good. Well, all right. Silver Scrutiny. Boom, countered. Oh, not countered. All right, and we hit our lands. Things are looking up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, we will pass the turn. We got our land drops for the time being. Is your build running Skrelv to give the Monument the last toxic? Opponent passes. All right, here comes the lands. Well, play the land and pass the turn. Skrelv is a... Hey, what's up, Homebrewdorf? How are you? Skrelv is a cool idea. I like the idea of it. I mean, the main challenge is getting... You really got to be a ramp deck, I think, to have any shot of actually turning it on, because it's just such a huge number of differently named lands that you need. Can you explain the combo here? Are we supposed to counter that? I don't really want to counter it, but maybe we have to. It is pretty good. Yeah, let's let it go for now. It's only a Fable of the Mirror Breaker. I mean, the idea is Mindsplicer reduces the cost on stuff so we can cast the super expensive standard extra turn spells 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at a... Yeah, I guess we... Yeah, let's make Devils. Devils would burn down the house. Pass the turn. So yeah, that's the... This gives us only one counter, and burn down the house is probably about to get countered. So this is still bad. I guess we just fight it. All right. Okay, opponent only has one counter. That's good to know. That's good to know. Devils are down. We got some creatures. I think they only have one. What would be the best team up? What team ups would you actually like to see? Monument of Perfection. I think that Wizards was just afraid of Field of the Dead. They went so far with Field of the Dead and just made it so broken. Then now I think anything that looks similar, they're just like super duper scared of. Gix's Command, eh? They're like super duper scared of making it like anywhere close to playable. So I think that's what happened, is they just like really, really powered it down. Ooh, do you think we'll get a team up Planeswalker? That would be spicy. I hadn't really thought about that. Well, X5, White Suns. Blow them up. Oh, opponent drew another counter. Okay, well, we also have a counter. Counter your disdainful stroke. Sweep the board, make the mites. Pass the turn. Opponent flips the saga. Okay. 5 mites. Come on. Let's poison them out. I guess a team up or double team or whatever it is, a Planeswalker would be interesting. Ren in 6 and Ren in 7. Ooh, Bolos and Uga. That would be a pretty epic card. Is it the Kenrith twins that died, or is it the parents? For some reason, in my mind when I saw it, I figured it was... Oh, God. Oh, this is... Wow, I was not expecting that. Okay, well... There goes our hand. And it's a land! Hooray! Yeah, that looks like game. Wow, Blade Coil Serpent coming down. Ouch. The one of fun of Blade Coil Serpent. Grixis Atraxa. Yeah, it's got to be the parents, right? Like Kenrith and whatever. Jesus. Kenrith and whatever the mother is called. I don't know if you ever got a card for the mother. Well, yeah, that Blade Coil Serpent's gonna do it. About it. Thinking. Oh, we had the Silver Scrutiny in hand too. Invoke Despair. Well, there's a reason that Grixis has been at the top of the meta since rotation. About it passes, and it's a land. Oh, what a flood. Well, okay. Cross that one off the list. The old double flood game. If we keep getting Ren in a few years, we're gonna make a deck Ren in count with Ren to count with. like a kid's book. Wow, we did so much flooding that match. The Blade Coil was very good for our opponent. That's for sure. The Blade Coil was legit good. Huh. I kind of hope we play Grixis again, because that is a deck that is overly played. Well, I guess we can't win them all with our extra turns. A reminder that our sponsor tonight was Card Kingdom. If you need some magical cards, you can get them over at cardkingdom.com/mtggoldfish. Ragavan and Uro matchup. 6 haste, enters the battlefield, play an extra land, attacks, create a treasure, draw a card. Oh, that's going to be... Oh, no blue mana. The Mirix. The nightmarish Mirix. I mean, we'll draw blue mana, hopefully. Or white mana. Maybe we'll draw our one basic plains. Daxos and the cat. See, there's so many possibilities. This actually seems like a pretty sweet theme. Hey, blue mana. Okay, doing it, sort of. Play the land best the turn. Team up Modern Horizons 3, Ragavan and Ren in 6, all evoke elementals in 1 card. Oh dear. Well, that might be a tiny bit of a problem. How can we do this? All right, discard Memory Deluge. Strangle Liliana.
Watch it.
Play the plains past the turn. Ay. Opponent. Oh, they're playing a graveyard deck. Interesting. Oh, they are. Wow, all in on the graveyard. Okay. Okay, come on, more blue mana. Opponent, take it up.
We all have things we'd rather.
Well, discard the counter. I think we're basically in on this Mindsplicer, more or less. Play the land past the turn. Opponents also emptying their own hand, which is helpful. Opponent scrap, work them up. Okay, discards Liliana. Gets in, hits us. Down to 16. Oh, it's gonna be close. Are we ticking up? Yes.
Drop it.
I mean, opponent's down to 1 card. We get our Mindsplicer. We have a lot of good draws. Take up the Mindsplicer. That's not one of them. Play the Mirix past the turn. I mean, next turn we can White Suns. Thanks to the Mindsplicer. That's probably what we're doing. Okay, another Mutt. Emrakul and Chatterbait. Oh, that would be the best. The meme of squirrels versus Emrakuls. Yeah, I mean, Memory Deluge reduced to 2 mana is, well, I mean, it's not great. It's still it would still be a 2 mana draw too.
We all have things we'd rather.
Which is fine. So it's actually kind of fine. It's actually kind of fine no matter what. Actually, now the more I think about it. Oh, farewell. Well, hit the Liliana.
You couldn't be more annoying.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I mean, I think we do it. Sweep the board, make the mites, gain some life, pass the turn, kill the Liliana. Memory Deluge to draw some cards in the future. Oh, we could use the extra turn spell. If we get the extra turn spell, we could just win Bitter Reunion. Sure. Discards the last card. It's a Troxa, okay? If that gets reanimated, we might have to farewell just to get rid of the grave. Just to get rid of the graveyard. Jaguar DTM, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super video. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, there goes the farewell. Opponent discards a Workshop Warchief. Well, take up Splicey. Oh, where was my final meditation? Oh, we don't have the blue mana. We don't have the blue mana. Oh, what do we do, chat? Chat, we need your powers. Do we attack the Lily or do we just go face and try to win? Yeah, I want the double Panharmonicon team up. Brushwagon. Almighty Brushmag. It might be worth. Yeah, this is actually a tough choice. I mean, Liliana's not doing much. Yeah, hit face. Lily ignored. Opponent getting toxified. Yeah, pass the turn. Opponent cycles Jetmir's Garden. Sure. If they get a land... Oh, so the reason we should have maybe attacked Atraxa... Well, I guess it doesn't matter. I was going to say, if they draw a land, they can take down Liliana to get a cost reduction on the reanimation spell and maybe get us, but... Toxic. Too good. Too good. Blood Moon and Ensnaring. Oh my goodness. I could use some Prison Peace mashups. I saw this custom card that was actually kind of cool. It was, I can't remember the name of it. It was like, Wolf Blood Moon or something, but it turned all non-basic lands into 3/3 mountain creatures, which is actually kind of a neat twist on a couple of different cards. Something like that could be sweet. Yeah, opponent is trying to reanimate Atraxa. We are going to try to stop that. I don't know, maybe we don't need a Vika. It seems like no matter what matchup we play, we just never bring it in. What are we cutting? That's the bigger question. Go down a Braid. Bring in some counters. Bring in some graveyard hate. Maybe go down like Depopulate, a Burn Down the House, a Strangle, and I guess a Burn Down the House. Oh, we gotta go. Oh, gotta go on one more of something. It's tough. I like that Farewell can hit the graveyard. That seems very relevant against this deck. All right, how about Vanish? Vanish seems slow. Run it like that. Farewell's our graveyard hate. How many Lord of the Rings cards do you think will be staples in Modern? 10 or 20? Yes. Yes. I do think that it seems very possible that those cards are going to be very good in Modern. I think there's a chance it's essentially like a Modern. I don't know, but they're also focused on Commander, but they're printing Commander Precon, so that's their excuse maybe to like print more powerful Modern stuff. What do you think about? Yeah, Vika's just not good against like Liliana and Invoke. It's better if we can start getting tokens down, but I play Wormcoil like a I play Wormcoil in like a million of my commander decks. Does anyone else think Wormcoil is just a medium card? In commander, I think Wormcoil's kind of medium. Like, it does a lot of okay things. It's a nice bit of incidental life gain. It kind of survives a sweeper. Yeah, it's got to be busted, right? There's no way. There's no way they print the Lord of the Rings set and don't make those cards good. I just can't see it. I can't see a way where that happens. The theory with Avika is that we would have it in our sideboard and then we would bring it in after sideboarding when our opponent takes out the removal. In practice, though, we never... Oh, boy, we could really use... Now we could use a land. I know we were complaining about too many lands early. Oh, God. We were complaining about too many lands earlier. Now we would love to draw land. The opponent draws a land. Okay, finally, Magic Gods. We get the island. Fetches in the Lord of the Rings, that would be huge. Although, I would be shocked. So here's the thing. One thing we've learned about wizards and fetches over the years is... Do we even care about this? Not really. One thing we've learned about wizards and fetches over the years is... Wizards likes to put fetches in sets that they are not sure are going to sell well. And I think Wizards is pretty confident that Lord of the Rings is going to be a very popular set. So I don't personally, I don't have much of a concern about or much hope that they're going to put fetches in it. I think they'll save it for a set that they're worried is going to be a flop rather than putting in Lord of the Rings. About it. Getting in, hitting us for 4. Sure. I mean, we do have the burn down the house. Diagraph Rebirth to get it back. Oh, I don't want to counter that, but maybe we have to. Yeah, I guess we gotta counter it. About it passes. Well, let's Memory Deluge. We're making this look hard. Jano. Galvanic. We haven't gotten the time to get down our Mindsplicer Apparatus. We've had to counter something like every turn. About it hits us to 8. Our life flashing before our eyes. No threats, no threats. Oh, another one. Okay, another Diagraph Rebirth. Well, White Sun's Twilight, X5. Make some mites that cannot block. Gain some life, though, up to 13. The life gain from White Suns is huge. It is huge. Wild's Eldraine will have fetches, pretty sure. We're about due for fetches to come back in standard, I think. I think it's time. Oh, wait, is opponent dead? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think they're dead. No one expects extra turn spells, because everyone forgot that Alchemist Gambit was a card. But it is a card. It is very much a card, and it is very much killing people. How about an extra turn? How about an extra turn? What do you say, Opponerino? Combat. Might ya? And? Uh-oh. Wait, you got something? Not dead yet? Oh, opponent. You know what's going to make our opponent really salty? When we cast another extra turn spell. This is the dagger. Alchemist Gambit. Hey, another extra turn. Wait, seriously though, chat. Overall, this deck's kind of crushing people. Why does no one play Alchemist Gambit? I kind of forgot it was in standard until like yesterday. Why does no one play this card? Extra turns. Extra turns pretty good. Yeah, I don't think we want triomes and fetches in standard, but I very much want fetches in standard. I think you want to wait till after rotation, though. I forgot to. I'm right there with you, Jeremy. Last time that we had fetches in standard, back during the Cons era, the problem was not fetches in standard. There's a misconception about this, because that standard got really expensive. Like, at the time, it was the most expensive standard ever, I believe. Like, there were top tier decks that were like $1,000 in standard. It was absolutely ridiculous. The problem wasn't, Cleave is very forgettable. I agree with that. The problem wasn't that fetches were in standard. The problem was fetches and fetchable dual lands in standard led to if you think the 3-color mid-range decks we see now are ever present, if we ever get fetches and fetchable dual lands in the format, you will see 5-color mid-range piles for days. Like, every deck will be 4 or 5 colors, because there's kind of no reason not to just play all the best cards when your mana's that good. So I really truly think fetches should come back, but I don't think we want fetchable dual lands just for financial reasons. They're banned in Pioneer. I'm honestly not sure that they should be. I think I'm coming around to the idea, when they first announced that, it made sense to me. Like, you want Pioneer to feel different than Modern. So the way to try to make Pioneer feel different than Modern is to not let it have fetches. I don't think that matters anymore. I think we should actually unban the fetches in Pioneer. I think what has changed is Modern Horizons, really. Modern Horizons has come out, and Alchemist Gambit. And now Modern is going to feel super different than Pioneer either way. So I kind of just want Pioneer to get better mana now. I think Pioneer's mana could actually use a little bit of improvement. Why would you be furious if fetches became legal in Pioneer, Dylan Hunter? Like, what would be the drawback? Death rate is a problem with fetches in Pioneer. I mean, if it is, then you just ban it, I think. Ooh, opponent. All right, we will Memory Deluge. Ooh, and opponent scoops it up. Okay. Opponent can't beat a Memory Deluge. Better non-basic 8. I guess Pioneer could use an upgrade there. Though, if you look at the meta, even if you unban fetches, there's no way Pioneer is going to look like Modern. Because it's Modern Horizons 2 block for the most part. And even the other decks that are not Modern Horizons 2 focus decks are built around cards that don't exist in Pioneer. Amulet Titan. There's no Amulet. There's no Titan. There's no Yawgmoth. Obviously, that's Modern Horizons. The Burn deck would never be the same. There's no Goblin Guide. So I think that, I don't know. I wonder if we'd see more diversity if the mana was, if we had fetch land mana bases in Pioneer. I wonder if we'd see more decks be able to compete with like Nykthos or Rakdos, which are really good, but part of the reason they're really good is they're monocolor and one color decks, so they get to be incredibly consistent with their mana. Maybe adding better mana would, I don't know. Is that a horrible idea? Do you think it would just make the format worse? Dredge? I mean, that would add a deck to the format. If we printed all the Dredge cards into Pioneer, pretty confident that we would get a brand new deck. I don't think it's a deck that anyone would want to play against, but yes, that would add a new archetype to the meta. Yes, it would. For better or worse, probably mostly worse, honestly, but Dredge is such a just overwhelmingly broken mechanic. I don't know if we actually want to deal with Dredge. Can you try Pioneer Abzan with Thalian Gitrog? Yes, once we get the new cards, we'll definitely try. I mean, the problem is, it's competing directly with Siege Rhino. And as cool as Thalian the Gitrog monster is, it's not Siege Rhino. It's not going to replace Siege Rhino in my heart. No matter how hard it tries or how much it should. It's the same mana cost, but it's just not Siege. Also, speaking of Siege Rhino, did anyone else notice, where is this card? It was on the new Galta. Did anyone else notice on the back of Galta and Maverin, isn't that the Siege Rhino thing? Like, if you look at Siege Rhino art, I don't know if this is like, is it supposed to represent a siege? But that's the same, like, look at that thing. It's the same thing. Why is this a card from Khans of Tarkir on this Ixalan partner pair? To me, that looks like the same structure. Is Galta Siege Rhino, and we just never knew it. It's Siege Rhino's kid? Dinosaur baby? I really don't know, but there has to be some connection. It's just a thing. I don't know. Look how similar that looks. I think Galta is Siege Rhino. Land go. Houses exist in every plane. Oh, is that a house? But who puts a house on the back of a rhino? What kind of culture is Tarkir? Who just rides around on a rhino all day? Siege Dino. So, y'all know Lord of the Rings. What should we be expecting? Like, do you think this Lord of the Rings thing is it basically going to be the movies? Like, all I know, I've never read Lord of the Rings books. I have unfortunately sat through the movies. Do you expect this to be, like, based on the movies, or is it much of a deeper cut than that? Like, I just don't know the Lord of the Rings universe. I know there's more to it than the movies, right? Ooh, Soul Ring. Soul Ring in Modern. Ooh, Phyrexian Arena. Okay. We did not exactly come prepared for Phyrexian Arena shenanigans. Boom, it gets pinged. One spoiler I've heard about is going to lean more into the books. Ooh. Okay, that'd be kind of interesting, because I don't really know about the books, so. Oh. Can we get our opponent to kill themselves with Phyrexian Arenas? Can we mill them out? I think we better counter that one. The mill him out plan never works the way I expect it to. Should fetches be unbanned? It seems like the overall feeling is no. People do not want fetches in Pioneer, although it was kind of close. 63% for no. So it wasn't an overwhelming victory. Well, Mindsplicer Apparatus. Hey, that's probably better known as Efren Olive. Longtime YouTube viewer, first-time stream viewer. Appreciate your content. Hey, benign troll. Welcome to the stream. Hello, hello, hello. Good to have you. Well, let's draw 3 cards. See if we can hit our land drops here. Land drops have been hit. Play the land, pass the turn. Well, I mean, we got a plan. We got to burn down the house. We got the White Sun's Twilight. We have the extra turn spell. We're actually, like, it looks like we're doing nothing, but we're actually not that far away from... Oh, boo. Hiss. Hiss and boo. Opponent. What kind of friend are you? Well, all right, devil time, I guess. Edrek, welcome to the fishbowl. Thank you so much for yours. I was feeling so good. I think I jinxed it. Maybe our opponent was listening and they knew they had to stop us. Boo and hiss even. And not boo earns. I was straight up booing. If fetches are 25 cents, there is still an issue of paper magic and time to shuffle after each fetch. That is true. That is true. It is time consuming. I honestly think that fetches wouldn't exist in their form if Magic was being designed today. But I think that at this point they are. Opponent's really doing it. Are they? You just blew up our stuff. This is only a burn down the house. We're just making devils. This isn't even that threatening. No one fetches Pioneer for me. My main format is Legacy. I play Modern because I host Modern F&M in Amsterdam, but I like the lack of fetches making Pioneer a truly different format. I can see that argument, although I would say I feel like Pioneer is going to be so different than those formats at this point because of the card pool. To me, like in the past, no fetch lands was kind of a dividing point that made it feel different. But now what makes it feel different is Pioneer is the only format that doesn't get like Horizon sets or whatever. Like it's the one format that is unscathed by cards designed specifically for it. So for me, that's what's kind of changed my thoughts on it. That now I think it would feel different enough anyway. You think it's going to fade away like Frontier? Pioneer? I think Pioneer will continue to grow. I think at this point, assuming that paper magic is going to continue to be supported by Wizards, I think that eventually Pioneer will overtake Modern. I don't think Modern will go away. Just like Legacy is not going away. It is fallen from being a decade ago like a very heavily supported format to a format that is pretty fringe because most people are priced out of it. I think we see the same pattern. Like, I think what'll happen is Wizards will milk Modern for all that they can, printing Modern Horizon sets. And then eventually that's going to push more and more players towards Pioneer, since Pioneer will be more accessible. And you don't have to deal with the pseudo rotations of Horizon sets. And I think eventually, yeah, people will get priced down to Modern, people will get disenchanted with Modern, and Pioneer will essentially be what Modern was. And then I think, sadly, the process will repeat itself, and if everyone's playing Pioneer, it'll just be too juicy for Wizards not to print Pioneer Horizons, and they'll start adding new cards specifically to like power up archetypes in Pioneer or whatever. And then the process will repeat itself, and maybe it will be Frontier, but we'll have another new format, and we'll just, yeah, and that process will essentially just keep repeating itself. That's my thinking, at least. The creativity deck is sweet. It's cool to see. There's something authentic about Pioneer. And still, just so it's clear, I'm still a supporter of Modern Horizons. I still like the things that it's added to the format. I do think long-term it's probably going to end up being harmful for Modern, but I still do like Modern Horizons. And at this point, I'm rooting for more Modern Horizons because the cat's out of the bag, so to speak. I can speak with authority as a new cat owner. But I think the cat's out of the bag, so there's no sense in not doing it at this point. But I do like that Pioneer is untouched by those type of products. And it's cool to see when Reduke so he saw it depopulate. Opponent's drawing an extra card each turn. I guess we pass for now. We could make tokens, but I don't know if it's worth it. It's cool to see that when Reduke is winning with creativity, it's like cards that were printed in standard sets. It's like I'm getting Worlds by Worm and Xenagos. It's not Archon, a card that was essentially specifically printed to be the best reanimation target in the format. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Wow, opponent scoops it up. I appreciate the authenticity of it, though. Like, there's something a little bit more authentic about Pioneer to me, for me at this point. Yeah, there's no design for Pioneer cards, which is, for me, that is the biggest draw of the format at this point. It is the biggest reason that I like Pioneer. The gameplay's fun, it's diverse, there's a bunch of other good stuff about it, but it's kind of refreshing after playing like the other formats we play. We play Modern, which I love Modern. It's been my favorite format for a long time. But you are playing with cards that are designed specifically for it. We play Standard, whatever, that's its own thing. It's what it always is. We play Historic, that's another format that has cards that are kind of designed for it. So I like that Pioneer does not have that. Any format without design cards for it is better. I don't know if I fully agree. I think the cards in Modern Horizons were pushed too much, especially Modern Horizons 2. Commander, I would agree with that. I think Commander was better before Wizards printed cards for it. Commander has lost that organic feeling, that authenticity for me. Commander, it's still super fun, and I love playing Commander, but it definitely feels a little bit different than it used to. There was a joy of like, wow, I'm making this card that I couldn't play in Standard. I couldn't play it in Modern because it's 7 mana and it's just not good enough. There was some joy in making a card like that work in a format like Commander. There was something kind of charming about that. That is missing now, because Commander is now like the best cards. I was looking. It kind of blows my mind. I don't know if we already talked about this on stream. Maybe we did and I forgot. Sounds like something I would do. I was looking at the most played commanders. Hopefully we keep hitting lands. I was looking at the most played commanders on EDH Rec. These are all cards that were printed in the last few years. First row, so the Commander era, if you think about it, I would think of Commander as you have the early years when Commander wasn't a thing, or you have like the early years of Magic when Commander wasn't a thing. You have the early years of Commander, the EDH era essentially, when it was fringe. Then you have the Commander era when it was renamed in 2011, and then you would have the every set's a Commander set era, which is like the last 3 years. But if you look at these are the most popular Commanders that people are building around. All of these are from the Commander era, and most of them are from the every product's a Commander product era. I think out of the top 50 most played Commanders, Zurit 49 is the only old like pre-Commander era Commander, and I think if you keep going through the top 100, sure. And if you keep going through the top 100, there might be like one more, but out of the top 100, Maronar, I think is the other one, is a pre-Commander era. But if you look through this, most of these cards were designed with Commander in mind, which that's not a bad thing. There's a reason these cards are popular. People like them. They're fun to play with. So it's not a bad thing, but it's a less organic. It's not that organic, like find the janky card that, didn't work in Standard and build a deck around it. That's not really what Commander is about anymore. It's about like, here's this really cool, exciting thing that Wizards printed, build a deck around that. Again, not a bad thing. It's more of a different thing. Oh, missing land is not good here. More of different than bad, but about it. The number of Commander precons we're getting this year is, I'm pretty sure, gonna break the records. We're getting what? We're getting the ones with every set. We get 2 every set. We're getting 5 with March of the Machines, I want to say. 4 or 5. We're getting 4 or 5 with Commander Masters. We're getting 4 or 5 with the Lord of the Rings set. There's going to be a lot of Commander precons this year. And then I saw something, too, that Commander Masters is going to have 4 Legends a pack. So yeah, I mean it's Commander's world, and we're just playing Standard in it. I'd say that because of the great influx of new players, we kind of have to introduce a crap load of new commanders. Otherwise, we're going to start repeating ourselves soon. All right. Do we even? Yeah, I guess we'll counter this. We really need lands, though. We have plenty of sweepers to deal with this stuff. We just need... Oh, double bank buster. Oh. About it. Do you think this deck should be playing Fable the Mirror Breaker? Thoughts on Commander Masters having $350 set booster boxes? Wait, are the set booster boxes that expensive? Wait, I gotta look this up now. Are they actually pre-listed? Yeah, I think we're gonna lose this one because we're just not. I mean, that's the second land drop we've missed. So I will say one of my unpopular opinions, and it is once again going to be my opinion about Commander Masters is, and I know I've gotten yelled at by people about this for years, but I really just honestly believe it. I wish it was cheaper. I wish that it was cheaper so that anyone who wanted a box could get a box. But when it comes to master sets in specific, master sets being super expensive, yeah, that's not going to do it. Master sets being super expensive is the products that I care the least about their cost, honestly, because the value of master sets is not really in opening boxes. The value in master sets is the whales opening boxes. It's someone else opening those boxes and putting those singles out there. So when you want to go get a Mana Crypt or you want to get a Jeweled Lotus or something, you're going to be able to get that at half the price because some other whale who's chasing the lottery cards and trying to like make a profit or something, someone like that is cracking the boxes. So I wish it was cheaper so everyone who wanted to open it could. But for some reason with master sets in specific, them being expensive really doesn't bother me because I feel like we're going to benefit from the cheap singles, even if the boxes are too expensive for us to buy. But there's a feel bad to it, basically. Like, it feels bad to be like, here's this super cool set filled with this super cool things, but joke's on you, it's like $350, so you don't get to open it because you don't have enough money. Like, there is a legitimate feel bad. So I try to focus on the good part of it, which is the upside of it, which is essentially cheap singles for everyone who doesn't crack the boxes. That's half right because if boxes were cheaper, then singles would be cheaper, plus it would allow everyone to open them. I think that's also only half right, though, because if boxes were cheaper, then because boxes were cheaper, Wizards wouldn't print as many good cards in them, and then it wouldn't be as desirable to open. So there's kind of this whole, like, chicken and egg. There's kind of this whole chicken and egg issue. Because, like, if the box is $100, Wizards usually doesn't put as much value as if it's $200. So it's very convoluted. Yeah, let's try something like that. It's funny because in the real world, trickle-down economics is kind of ridiculous and just like a horrible idea. But in Magic, it kind of sort of works with singles. Like, in some weird way, I guess if that is the same thing as trickle-down economics, it actually does kind of work that way, that if someone else opened the box, that it kind of benefits everyone else. Your take is the best because you understand the WotC perspective too, not just the player's perspective. I try to be, I mean, my goal is always just to share my actual opinion, but I try to be aware of that. I think it's easy to forget that Wizards is also trying to make money. So I think there is like a middle ground there. So you're saying we need whales so we all can have penny cards. Like, kind of, that is true. Like, if you think about it, like, the lottery cards, do you remember when they did, like, masterpieces that were super hard to find? Those were actually, even though I don't think I ever opened one, maybe I opened one, I can't remember, but I didn't open many of them. Maybe I opened one, but I think it was 0. But those were actually great for the people that didn't open them because people were cracking so many boxes to find them that all the normal cards that were not lottery cards ended up just like tanking in price because so many people were cracking boxes. So even though I didn't open one personally and get like a $300 lottery card, it still kind of worked out because all the cards were like super cheap. Oh, did you see the prices of the serialized cards from from the Magic Con, they're doing those Secret Lair promos, and I'm pretty sure that there was a one-of-one brainstorm for the winner of the Secret Lair tournament, and it was going for apparently $25,000. It seems like Wizards has realized, and I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing. I'm curious what other people think, but it seems like Wizards has realized they can essentially print cards as prize support for tournaments and not have to actually pay money to people. It's kind of like the WotC equivalent of come on, don't blow up our Mindsplicer, please. Opponent, no, leave that alone. Not like we can do anything with it at the moment anyway. I guess we could farewell it away. Could use some card draw. I once bought a Kaladesh Masterpiece Soul Ring for like $60, gave it to a friend for a graduation gift. Looking at the price now, I'd like to go back in time and just give him a bottle of scotch. Yes, here, you would have come out ahead, I think, with the bottle of scotch plan. Well, play the land and pass the turn. Can we draw some? We got double Mindsplicer Apparatus. Can we draw some card draw to go with it? About it. Oh, maybe that was the delay. Our opponent was trying to figure out what this was doing. Also, what is this guy doing? Do you think that guy put the apparatus on himself? Or is this like a saw? Is he being sawed? Is he trying to... The clock is running. He's got a minute to escape, or else I don't even know. Something horrible is going to happen to his face. I'm here to say you have the most fascinating voice. Hey, thank you, Yadalocked. I will take that as a compliment. I don't know if that's how you intended it, but thank you. Dana Annabes, welcome to the Fishbowl. Never easy to catch you out in stream from Australia. Glad to get to see some live stream. Well, hello from the US. Good to have you. Good to have you. About it. I'm gonna do some bank busting and life linking. Aye. It's a lot of damage. Where's all of our wrath? Yeah, I guess he does. He does kind of look happy, doesn't he? Your voice is really fascinating. Well, thank you again. Opponent. It's a little too much Hasbro apologism for me. Having it a business plus also opening an expansion for another year, you can absolutely be successful and make money while not squeezing every last cent or dollar. Wizards can sell as such volume that the only reason they'd ever need super expensive boxes is Hasbro greed. That's why $4 packs fueled the most successful card game of its all time for 2 decades before Hasbro got a hold of it. Oh, I mean, I don't disagree with you. Although, in some sense, I feel like that's fighting capitalism more as much as it's fighting Wizards. Like, yes, companies don't need to be greedy, and they could make a good living, and our system is horrible, all that stuff. But like, that's kind of how it is. Like, for better or worse, like that's just like how the system is. So it's, to me, it doesn't seem fair to like like Hasbro sucks. The system sucks. Like, I wish things were not how they were, but I don't know if Hasbro's any worse than most other or any other big company in a, in a capitalistic society like ours. Get the printer, print them out. Proxying is, well, ink is kind of expensive. I was going to say free, almost free. Even Sharpies went up. gotta pay way more for Sharpies. Oh no, are we going to die? I was thinking I could Hercule's Final Meditation, but maybe we can't. Oh, I might have just killed us. I mean, who would attack into all this open mana? No one would be foolish enough to attack into this amount of open mana. Sarah Paragon. Well, stroke the angel. Yeah, it might have been a pun. Perhaps. It was showing the Hurkyl's Final Meditation mana cost during our turn, and I wasn't considering that the cost was gonna go up once we switched turns. I was like, wow, 4 mana, that's a good deal. I mean, the Wandering Emperor's existence might save us here. Ambitious farmhand. Thankfully not big enough to crew the Bank Buster. I mean, I think we might live somehow. Maybe. Trading used to be much more of a thing in Magic. Like, it used to actually be a real thing. If you went to events or anything, there would be people that were actually trading cards or trading LGSs. I feel like the internet has kind of killed trading. Like, at this point, we're going to live, aren't we? At this point, wow, and they choose the one that's summoning sick? Okay. Opponents really got the fear. Because who would just put themselves dead? 4, 5, 6, we'll take 8. Dead we are not. We drop to 3. Come on, big draw. Double trigger, double trigger. Oh, Silver Scrutiny is a really good draw. Okay. Okay, how do we do this? How do we do this? I mean, we could just Silver Scrutiny to draw a bunch and then Wrath everything. We're at 3 though, so we can't get hit by the Bank Buster. Desi J, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you. I mean, we can definitely draw cards. Draw 5. Ooh, Alchemist. Alchemist Gambit. Play the land. Wait, can we do it all? Oh, not quite. Not quite. Alchemist Gambit. Extra turn. Depopulate. Oh! Down to 1. Tick up, tick up. White Sun's Twilight. Oh, this doesn't actually work, does it? It doesn't actually work. Our pain lands. Wait, we can White Sun's Twilight to gain life. Oh, that gains us. Oh, yeah, that will work. Okay, just kidding. This does work. This actually works wonderfully. So 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. White Sun's for 12. Game 12. Make 12 mites. Pass the turn. Did not die to the auto tapper. Any chance I'm going to Magic Con Minneapolis? Maybe. Why not Galvanic Iteration first? It's kind of awkward because so we'd Galvanic Iteration, the first one would resolve and make a bunch of tokens, and then the second one would resolve and blow up all the tokens. Yeah, I always forget about the life gain of White Suns, but that's actually a really big upside. The mighty mites. Minneapolis is unlikely. We'll see. When is it? May? I don't know. I don't have any events on the schedule in the next few months, so it might be that as May gets closer, I'm feeling like, yeah, I'm about ready to do an event again. I'll have to look into travel and see how much of a hassle it is. If it's odds of me going someplace go way up if it's a place I can find a direct flight from somewhere near where I live. If I have to do the like multiple flight thing, it's just very demotivating. It might be a win. Now we could use extra turn spell. I guess Mindsplicer is actually kind of sweet. We are getting such a ridiculously huge discount on our spells. Our spells cost next turn they're going to be 9 cheaper. 9 is Minneapolis worth? I mean, it's MagicCon. I assume it's going to be roughly the same as like Philadelphia or Vegas or whatever, but the Minneapolis version. I've never actually been to Minneapolis, so I don't know about the city itself. But MagicCons are fun. I enjoy them. I assume we'll be in Vegas again. It seems like that's kind of the tradition, so I don't know. I don't have like solid plans from the rest of the Goldfish crew, but usually that's the one that people end up going to. Well, is this game? Are we just attacking for 12 poison? I can't believe this deck is working. Combat. That looks like that's just 12 poison. Did we break it? Next Vegas MagicCon is end of September, I believe. Well, go attacking. I know there's one, so it's what? Minneapolis. Wow, it's actually just worked. It's Minneapolis, one in the EU, and then Vegas, I think. Ooh. All right, I'll have to look it up, dog. If I can hop on a direct flight from Buffalo, that might actually be doable to do Minneapolis. Are you going to Minneapolis, dog? Barcelona. The EU ones are very unlikely. That's just a lot of travel. I saw Phil after Phil went to Vegas last year from Germany, and he was just wrecked. Barry eats everything around the house because Nami, my puppy, is so naughty, try to eat everything she sees. Yeah, he's gotten better. I will say, Courtney he's gotten better. He still sometimes when he's in a bored mood or a naughty mood, he'll chew on stuff he shouldn't. But he's way better than when he was than a year ago when he was a little puppy. When he was a little puppy, he was eating everything. Oh, Chad, did you see those $1,000 beanbags? Are those legit? Does anyone have a love sack? I heard $1,000 magic beanbags, and I was like, that's the most absurd thing I ever heard. And then apparently, anything made by that love sack company is just like $1,000. Like that's actually not for being made by this company and being their beanbag. It's actually like just the going rate. It's not like you're paying any tax on it. But I don't know. I don't know anyone. That's the name of the love sack. Yes, it's love sack, like a beanbag. You didn't see them? I'll have to let me see if I can find it. I saw them online, and then they had a booth at the MagicCon. Yeah, right here, love sack. Love sack, Magic X movie sack bundle with insert. $975. You get this beautiful. I mean, there's a Siege Rhino. Actually, card-wise, Siege Rhino, Sun Titan. I see a Birds of Paradise in there. So many Siege Rhinos. They did really try to get me to buy this, I guess. And you get a Phyrexian set booster box as a bonus. I don't know, Netflix and love sack. But yeah, I didn't know if anyone knew what the company was. Because, yeah, like I said, when I first heard $1,000 Magic Beanbag, I was like, what? But then if you just look at their sacks, that's just how much their love sacks cost. Why did they name their company that? Come on, love sack. Come on, love sack. Come on, buddy. Have you tried to make a standard deck with ChatGPT? I've tried to make some decks with ChatGPT. Standard, as far as I know, doesn't work. Last time I did it, maybe it's been updated now, but apparently it was trained on like information from a couple of years ago. So its most recent information seemed to be like 2020 or 2019. So I've had it do some like commander decks and stuff. It's like it kind of works. It's very janky, but it does like sort of work. It doesn't really understand. I asked it to make me a deck, and it made me Mono Black Devotion that was like 75% correct, like functional, but then it also just had like some stuff that was really weird. Like it had more collective brutalities than it could legally in a deck, and the mana base was really fetch lands with nothing to fetch up and stuff like that. And then I told it to make me a commander deck, and it just made me another 60 card list with 4 copies of stuff. So I was like, no, like commander is a singleton format. You can only play 1 copy of each card. And they're like, oh, I'm sorry, I'll fix that for you. And they sent me the same deck list, but with only 1 copy of each card. It was the same thing, but they just like took all the 4s away and put 1s. I did find though, like the way I found to do it for Commander is if you ask it like, what are the 100 best cards for Commander, or what are your 100 favorite black cards for Commander, 100 favorite green cards for Commander, it will actually give you a mostly reasonable, I mean, who doesn't, GR Michello? That name, I swear. It will give you a mostly reasonable list. So I think there might be a way to build a deck with it like that. It might be possible to just like trick it into building a deck by thinking it's making a list of cards rather than actually making a deck list. About it. Gonna need to find a sweeper at some point. Going to draw a card. And draw that card. Draws a card. Okay, we got a shot. Can we close it out with a win? Come on, deck. About it goes to combat. Beware the Wandering Emperor. No attacking humans. We're getting closer. We are getting closer. I didn't have tricking AI into building me a commander deck on my 2023 bingo card. Me either. That's the world we live in, apparently. Creators of ChatGPT were extracting labor from Africa at less than $2 per hour per person who worked on it. Very concerned about the ethics of the company. Oh, I don't know anything about the company, but that is good to know. Yeah, I guess we pass. If we untap with the Mindsplice, we might be able to do big things next turn. We're still at 17. If our opponent has something huge, we can counter it. Lauren would be annoying. About it. And their tokens are growing. Goes to combat. Hits us for 4. Yep. And oh, they do have Lauren. Okay. Well, Well, okay. This might be going wrong. We get to draw 3. But we lose our Mindsplicer, which is real scary here. Oh no, we draw nothing. We draw literally nothing. No sweepers, no anything. Oh, we needed something. We needed something. Stone nothing was not acceptable here if we want to live. Yeah, looking pretty dead now. That is unfortunate. Oh no, what a brutal way to lose. Tarmogoyf blows. Welcome to the fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super chat for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Is that Memory Luge in this deck kind of a non-bow? You get to view way less cards with Mindsplicer out. I mean, sort of, but even if it's 2 mana, it's a 2 mana draw 2. And that's 2 mana draw 2 is still good. So it's actually like, I think it looks more like a non-bow than it plays, if that makes any sense. Well, as far as headquarters go. Yeah, that was unfortunate. That draw 3 was... the Lauren and the draw 3 being bad is going to be an issue. Like, we might just be dead. Was hoping to hit a sweeper. We needed, like, a farewell there. About it. Plays land. Are we dead? Sarah Paragon. Disdainful stroke. About it. We're probably gonna have to Hercule's Final Meditation during our turn just to reset the board and hope. Come on. Yeah, White Rek'Sage really good. There might still be hope. Still, farewell would be the best. That's what we really need. Opponent gets in, hits us. We take 7. Hercule's Final Meditation's okay-ish reset. It's gonna slow our opponent down a lot. Oh, burn down the house. Oh, can we get back in this? Well, play the land. Yeah, Hercule's Final Meditation. Pick him up, pick him up. Having to do it during our turn, not ideal, but we're not dead. We're not dead. Opponent, come on. If we get this win, we rank up too. About it. Do you have any plans to make a deck with Encroaching Mycosynth yet? I'm trying to build it with Sagas and Improvise so far. Ooh. There's a couple things people have sent me that looked really cool. Cool ideas for it. I haven't really done much with it yet, though, myself. It's one that I've put on the Against Odds poll, and it hasn't... Ooh, Eternal Wonder. It's one that I put on the poll, but it hasn't won yet.
And we all lead with our lives.
Opponent. Oh, we need less painful mana. All right, Samurai. And... Oh, come on, deck. Mega Magikarp with the gift sub to Isardona. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Have you had any success with it yet? As far as Encroaching Mycosynth? Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank ya. Opponent's got to discard the hand size. I mean, oh, Galvanic Iteration would be interesting. I guess actually we need 1 more mana to do that. This is very close. Urlewin! Ryan, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super chat for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Been trying to brew a teamer deck with Arcane Bombardment. I'll be one in proliferate spells. Do you think that's against the odds, Zish? I mean, that definitely sounds very against the odds. What are you putting counters on? So you got Bombardment, Obi-Wan, Proliferate. What are we putting counters on to proliferate and to trigger Obi-Wan? Well, opponent's really in the Tankerino. Yeah, with how many Atraxas are around, I'm wondering if Stonebrain would be worth it. There's some decks that are pretty greedy. Like Atraxa is really their only way of winning. Wait, is our opponent timing out? I started whispering like they might hear me. Okay, opponent did time out. Well, Mirrex and Alchemist Gambit. Extra turn. White Suns for 6. Pass the turn. Go back up to 10. Are we going to get this? Are we going to get this? I don't know what happened to our opponent. They were pulling ahead in this game. We Hercule's Final Meditation during our turn. And opponent just lost their will to fight? Infinite Stasis. Wait, how do we make Infinite Stasis coffins? That does sound sweet. Wow, we're gonna get the freebie. Oh, this is not how we wanted to win, but opponent. Wow. Opponent gave up. So, I mean, I don't know what to say, but I think we broke it. I think we broke it. We actually kind of killed it with this deck. That last one, like, that was a very long, interesting match. And we kind of got the freebie at the end. I think with how that played out, I guess we probably would have gotten there anyway with the extra turn spell and the White Sun's Twilight. But we threw this deck together with 0 testing, like literally no testing. We put it together right before the start of the stream to see if we could take all the turns, thinking it would be like kind of janky. But it turns out it's actually kind of impressive. We only lost a single match. Only lost 1 match along the way. I don't know if I'm happy about this, but I think maybe there's actually an extra turn spell deck in standard. Like, the plan worked. The plan actually really worked. We're Mindsplicer for the ramp. We got lots of card draw. We get tons of sweepers. And then the truth is, White Sun's Twilight, like, this is a card that makes the deck work. The combination of being a finisher and a wrath and being life gain. Sometimes we're just casting as a life gain effect, like adding all those things together, and the deck's really scary. And then once we get it down, we can take all the extra turn spells and do all the ridiculous stuff. So I gotta say, I kind of love this deck, and I'm kind of impressed at just how well it worked. It worked way better than I thought. And I remember when Alchemist Gambit came out, I was kind of scared of it because we were still in Elrond's Epiphany standard. I was like, oh no, another extra turn spell. And everyone was like, oh, you know, it'll be fine. It's not a good extra turn spell. Well, it might be changing now that we got Mindsplicer Apparatus and these support cards. So if you don't mind being the bad guy and taking all the turns, it actually seems like a pretty, and it's fun to play. Like, if you enjoy kind of spell slingery control decks, I would recommend. It seems good, and also I found it fun. So yeah, give it a shot. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's probably pretty expensive. I didn't really look at the budget, but yeah, it's a lot of rares in there, so I guess it's gonna be expensive. Let me see this token list. Ooh, red-white tokens. I will say, this looks sweet. Fable the Mirrormaker Wedding Announcement, very powerful cards together. Mondrak's interesting. Planeswalker's good. White Sun's Twilight, we just saw be really powerful. The list looks really fun. Urabrass Forge, I've been playing in a Sacrifice deck, but it's been way better than I thought it was, at least in the Sac deck. I don't know how it is in this deck. Wedding Announcement. Wedding Announcement's the one card that, or not Wedding Announcement, All Will Be One is the one card that looks a little weird to me. I'm not sure I would play All Will Be One in this deck. Like, I love All Will Be One. I don't know if I see enough damage out of it, though. Like, we have stuff that gets, like, a counter slowly, and then I guess the Planeswalkers are pretty good with it. But, I don't know. Yeah, I guess test it and see how it feels, but that would be the one card that would stand out as like, I don't know if I would play it in this deck, even though it's really good in other decks. But overall, it looks really, really fun. Anyway, everyone, I think that brings us to the end of our stream for tonight. So, some reminders on the way out the door. Replay YouTube. That's where you can check out all the old streams, including this one in the future. Normal YouTube, tons of stuff coming up on there. Tomorrow we are doing some hell raising in Standard, so make sure to check that out. And one more reminder that our sponsor today is Card Kingdom. And if you need some magical cards, you can get them over at cardkingdom.com/mtggoldfish. Even get a free goldfish sticker. Most importantly, thank you to all of you. Y'all are amazing and awesome. Ducking out after the anchovies drove me right off of the stream, right out of here. Mostly, though, thank you to all of you. Y'all are amazing and awesome, and I love y'all. Thanks for hanging out to have some fun tonight. Have an amazing weekend. Have a great night, and we'll be back on Tuesday for some more fun. So until then, everyone, thanks again for being awesome. I love y'all, and I will talk to you soon.